Well, hello, everybody. It is time for the Orville and Chill. And some of you at home are like, wait a minute, I thought this was Star Trek and Chill. It is. Stay tuned. We'll talk about Star Trek a little later as well. But for the next couple months, it's going to start off with the first half as the Orville and Chill because, hey, the Orville's happening right now and everybody loves it. We are here today, of course, dressing up, looking great. Melissa Longo is here.
Yo, what up? We're chilling.
Looks like she has her beverage ready. She's got her beverage ready to tell us all about it, but not yet.
Ready.
Not yet. We also have two people that are out in space currently. We've got resident web crawler Anne-Marie Siegel, Dr. Anne-Marie.
Hi.
And we've got also in some kind of nebula, looks like two-time Emmy nominee meteorologist Katie.
Hi, everyone. It's the Witch's Broom Nebula, by the way.
Ooh,
specific.
Sounds exotic. My name is Ryan T. Husk. Don't forget the T, or do.
No, let's
not. I mean, whatever. If they do, what's the big deal? Do what you like. I can't control you. If I can control you, though, don't forget the T.
Don't forget to like and comment.
Yes. More importantly, please give this video a like. If you're listening in, give us a 5-star rating and review us. Say something nice or funny or both, and subscribe and tell all your friends. First and foremost, we're going to be talking about the Orville, but we know what the rule of this show is. You have to enjoy a beverage, everybody. Otherwise, you're not really being chill. It could be water. It could be whiskey. It could be, crocodile bile, which rhymes actually.
Ew.
So, you've had it? What's it like?
Why?
Ew. Bile? Crocodile bile? Ew.
Yeah.
You know what bile is?
Interesting.
All right.
Chuck, which is the worst thing in the entire universe.
Have you guys ever tasted throw up?
Chuck. When
I think
you're
everyone
actually
has at one point.
doing it.
Yeah.
You've never had someone else's though?
Ew. No. Ew.
Have you?
Not yet. Thank goodness. Well, no, I don't want it. I'm just saying, you never know what can happen in a world of, all that's going on.
Ew.
Melissa Longo, Anne-Marie is like, can we just talk about the Orville? This is disgusting. She's probably the most desensitized by
exactly.
throw up, though, actually, being a doctor.
Yeah.
Good point.
So, what I had to cough. Melissa Longo, what are you drinking today?
Ryan T. Husk. I am drinking sparkling green tea with pineapple juice out of a lambda quadrant cup. La, 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 la.
Yum. I actually have that lambda quadrant beverage vessel as well. It's sitting up behind this green screen here.
It's a very nice beverage vessel.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell everybody what lambda quadrant is?
Yes, they are a group that supports LGBTQIA plus community and inclusion of all people of all universes and planets and species and races and genders and non-genders and all of that jazz.
Even Mocklins.
Even
Especially
Mocklins.
Especially Mocklins, that's right. They're trailblazers, those guys.
Yeah.
What are you drinking today, meteorologist Katie and Nicolau?
You know my middle name. But yes, I'm having water on the rocks.
Oh,
Because I had a bunch of rocks laying on my desk and I don't know why. So I figured, cheap joke.
They're sunbathing.
nice.
Everybody at home, she held a rock and put her water on that rock. And now everybody at home's like, I would have just been fine if you didn't explain that joke. I know.
It was witty.
Yeah. So screw you guys
Very
for
minimal
judging me.
effort.
Yeah, and Ryan's under the weather, so give him some slack.
Well, we all technically are, aren't we? Now that I think about it. But yeah.
Well, technically, we're all in the weather.
Yeah. And there's weather I'm not going to say that. So one of us has weather in their email address, and I can't.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I
wonder who it is.
Speaking of, email addresses. Hey, I'm under the weather, guys. Leave me alone. I'm ill. So, Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel, what are you drinking today?
Just water with no rocks.
Oh.
Actually, I have water too, but I just use this water to drink my
hydrated.
vitamins. But for the show, I've got a delicious limoncello LaCroix.
Isn't that just fancy water?
That is fancy bubbly water.
I can't taste anything though. I wonder what that means.
Well, did you know that apparently if you take a certain flavor of like watermelon LaCroix and mix it with balsamic vinegar, it's supposed to taste like Coca-Cola? We ran a story on it on the news this morning.
What?
I don't know if it's true or not. So
Anne-Marie's face was terrific.
Oh,
Nothing brings me greater
goodness.
pleasure than seeing people's reactions to gross stuff.
yeah, you'd love TikTok then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you'd see my face because I think TikTok itself is gross.
Oh
You're like,
my
ew,
gosh.
There you go.
TikTok. Ugh.
You
Yuck.
got
You
like
hate
a
yourself
million,
every time you
got
log
like
in.
a million TikTok subs and blew up, and then
There you
a
go.
ton
Yeah.
of Insta followers, and then they flamed Randall's account, and now he doesn't bother you anymore.
Who's Randall?
What? Randall's the guy, the bully from the Orville today.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a
Randall.
segue into the episode.
Yeah, I wanted to actually talk about that guy because of his name. Wait a minute, what the heck was that? Hang on. I just saw Sirach's face on some tweet.
My God. Every
Now
time
it's-
I close my eyes.
And now it's gone. Damn, and now it's gone. Oh well. So I was like, wait, I just saw Sirach's face. What was that tweet? What was that tweet? Somebody tell me what tweet was out
Was
there
it
where
my
Sirach's
tweet?
face.
Where with Sirach's doodle from last night's episode.
Maybe I just
That
saw
could
his
have been
face.
it.
Yeah, it might have been because it was like one image and Sirach, and I didn't see what the other thing was. Yeah, okay, good.
It was his
I
doodle.
can sleep at night.
Okay.
So, but the reason Randall is so cool, I'll tell you in a minute. First, all right, everybody knows Eve England sent in 12 top choice Wales / United Kingdom snacks. So like D or D plus American snacks. And every week we're gonna pull out 3 of these, and you guys vote on which one I
that's
can
fun.
try. You can go ahead and vote for the nasty one because I can't taste anything right now. Actually, I made
I was
that joke
just
twice.
thinking that.
I can still taste stuff. I don't think it's COVID. I did get a COVID test,
Yeah.
by the way, everybody today. And Katie
Yeah.
just got her COVID booster. So we are
Yes.
COVID
Boom.
hyper today.
Yeah. I had a COVID
Everything's
test
pain.
on Sunday.
Wow. Anne-Marie.
See,
I know
Like,
people with
good.
COVID. She said.
Yeah.
gradually throughout the stream, I'm gonna start just itching my eyes because that's my allergic reaction to the vaccine. Is I get itchy eyeballs. So don't mind me if I just go. It's fine.
That sounds
Just
terrible.
don't scratch them out.
Yeah. Now it's just mildly buff them.
Did you guys hear about that lady a couple years ago that was like so geeked up on some shit that she literally
Stop.
was
Please stop.
she was in
Ew.
front of a
Just stop.
church. She was like in front of a church in like Barcelona or something.
I don't think
And
he's
she
gonna
had
stop.
pulled out her eyeballs
Yep.
and she was holding her eyeballs in her hands
What?
when they found her, and she was just like, screw that,
What?
some things will make you do some pretty
Oh my
crazy things.
Gosh.
But
Yeah.
she had literally, and she was just holding them.
Ew.
Mm.
I heard this story where this kid was chowing down on some guy's cheek and then he died. Because
Poor Anne-Marie.
Gross.
You're the desensitized one. Okay, so
Yeah,
everybody
not
at
when
home-
it's like, not when like you're not under anesthesia or something. Ugh.
So everybody at home, these are our 3 choices today. There's and these are at random. I think this might have been one that I grabbed last week too. Walker's cheese and onions.
Yes.
that sounds yummy.
Kind of almost looks like it's maybe that's like their Lay's brand.
Lay's, yeah.
Cheese and onion. By the way, I don't like onions. Not
Yeah,
raw
but they
onions,
probably
that is.
don't taste like onions.
We'll see. Have
Maybe
you guys
like onion
ever
powder.
Have you guys ever opened up a bag of Ruffles sour cream and onion chips and smelled it? It smells terrible. It smells like a body function, and it does not smell the way it tastes. I found that out in middle school.
Taste like it at all.
Everybody at home.
There goes our sponsorship.
Open a sour cream and onion bag of Ruffles. Take a whiff of that, and you tell me
Oh my gosh.
if you still want to eat that.
Stop burning our sponsor bridges.
Okay, second one is Walker's Quavers, whatever Quavers are, and it's cheese flavor.
Cheese.
So it's almost kind of they're in the shape of like what are those guys?
Fritos.
Fritos, yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Fritos. So they're in the shape of Fritos. The other one are look like Lay's, but they're both Walkers. This one is Quavers cheese, and this last one is Knickknacks. Knickknacks in an orange
that's
bag,
fun.
and
You should do that one.
That
the
one
flavor
looks cool.
is nice and spicy.
Yeah. See how spicy they actually are.
Yeah,
Isn't
it'll
that
clear
gonna
out your sinuses.
Isn't that going to hurt
Exactly.
my sore throat though? Isn't that going to make it
No.
worse?
No.
I don't know if you get heartburn.
Lisa's like,
Oh.
do it.
Do
All right.
it.
So everybody at home in the live chat, first off, tell us what you're drinking. Some of you already have, and we'll go back and read those. But otherwise, tell us what you're drinking, and type in 1 for cheese and onion Walkers. Type 2 for cheese Quavers Walkers, and type 3 if you guys are sadists and want me to have Knickknacks nice and spicies. That's 3. All right. So while they put those in, let's go over very quickly what everybody is drinking. Galenda says they have Crazy Thunder there. Wow. Melissa Longo asked, what are y'all drinking? Very nice. David Gregory says, I'm drinking grape, Crystal Light, and iced tea, half and half.
That's fun.
Does that work? Grape and iced tea?
I don't know.
I feel like it could, but I also don't want to try it.
It's not quite an Arlo Parmler.
Mm-hmm. It's an Alexander the Grape. That old candy back in the day. My mom used to mix the powdered iced tea mix with orange tang. So it was like an orange Arnold Palmer instead of lemon. And that was a really refreshing summer beverage, French style.
Oh, French people love orange.
Yeah. Galenda is having sweet tea from Taco Casa.
Oh my gosh, now I want tacos.
But it's not
Wayner-
Tuesday.
Wayner
Just
says,
kidding.
thanks, Ryan. I'm finishing up my dinner. Well, you should enjoy it a second time. JR, we got to get out of this. Sorry.
No.
One Trek fan says the best part of the joke is Ryan's explanation. Thank you.
Our favorite person from Tokyo's on.
Who's that?
Hey.
Hi. My.
Oh,
Hi.
my from Tokyo. Hey,
Yes.
Mai.
Yes.
So good to have you.
9:14 a.m. Wow. How's
Jason.
tomorrow like?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Mai knows the future. Jason says can't have coffee without water. JR Poole is having room temperature Evian. Pat B is having peppermint iced tea.
Oh wait, mine rated all of the chip options. I love this. Somebody else who's tried all 3.
David Gregory says cheek chews. That's funny. Okay. So, okay, those are the beverages. Yeah, Mai says drinking tea in Tokyo because it's 9:14. You know, Tokyo tea is a really good alcoholic beverage too. That thing will destroy you, right? That will destroy you. It's basically like a Long Island iced tea, but instead of that tiny little splash of Coke, it's like a splash of blue curacao. So it's like just more alcohol. Okay.
Ooh.
So 1, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3.
Robert Kaiser. I love when people say 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, like in cause and effect.
Oh yeah, and 3, 3, 3, 3. Oh, brilliant. Oh my goodness. Okay, that wins just because of that. Okay. But I think there's more threes
Yeah,
anyway.
but I don't know. If your
Hey,
throat hurts and you get heartburn, I do one.
Melissa is stacking the deck. She said you should all type 3, but Anne Marie said 1. Thank you. Anne Marie's on my side. Ew, cheese and onion. That's not my side.
Well, because you don't like onion and you can't taste anything, so do 1 today.
I can taste. I was just
That's
kidding.
logical.
The spicy will clear you out. I'm helping you out, really.
But
Let's
I don't want
see,
you
but
to
it might
get
hurt more.
worse with if you have heartburn at all and you have a sore throat. But do
Rose
what you
M.
want.
Rose M. Kirby out in Derby says, "Hi, Star Trek Chill. Good morning. Just ordinary tea." All right.
Nice.
All right. I'm going to try this. So what do you guys want to talk about, Randall? What's up with Randall?
I hate Randall.
Randall is my dad's name, I'll have you know.
Oh,
I was gonna say,
I love that name.
I was gonna
It's such
say
a French name.
Randall is so cute. Did you see his little teeth?
You didn't like that monster guy, Anne Marie?
He was such a bully, just only because he sent his like minions to do that really extensive bathroom beat up scene that went on forever. It was so hard to watch.
Yeah, that was hard to watch. And I don't like the dudes that beat up the other dude, but Randall was cute.
Yeah, what a little cute.
Oh my
These
gosh.
these are shaped like Cheetos. Maybe I will like this.
Cute.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should leave that as an official review on their website. Just
Yeah.
Ryan T. Husk.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 yes. Yeah. ... Yeah.
Yeah.
Period.
Anyway. But you guys all like leaned in when Randall showed up, when we actually saw that it was suddenly
Yes.
the episode totally changed. All of a sudden we're like watching this
Oh, I
giant
know, I
monster
know.
fighting
Yeah.
people. That was so cool. Although I will say
yeah.
that I pictured Anne Marie there when that happened, because I feel like all of us were like, yay. And I bet she was like, ew.
Yeah.
like,
Well,
like
I
this
was
show
all
just
ready
got
for
weird.
like a high school fair, like Grease style,
Oh,
and then yeah.
It could have been a musical episode if only they
Yes.
had done that.
Well, I was
No,
also
like-
like, no, I don't want this like scenario to end because it was so fun, and like Bortus's reactions and one-liners were so fun in that.
You
Especially
have
like that
a 5
Instagram
head.
TikTok part and Bortus, yeah. And when Bortus like they said the Instagram TikTok thing, and Bortus is just like, what?
What?
I have a question. I don't know what 5 head is.
Oh, you got a 4-head, but if it's a big 4-head, it's called a 5-head.
Oh, interesting.
It's a
I thought
big
it was,
diss.
Yeah, it was rude.
It's a
Burn.
real burn.
Oh,
I was like,
Especially
thought he
what
because
does
all
that
3 of them
mean?
had 5 heads.
I thought he meant to say like her face was a 5, but then he said head by mistake.
Yeah.
Wow, I am so out of the lingo.
It's only
Yeah,
because I
that's
have
why
high
I
school
asked.
friends like that.
Yeah, welcome to 1985, you guys. Jeez.
Ian.
That was a
No,
thing in 1985?
I feel like it's been around forever. Maybe I'm
Been a while. Yeah, for a while. But I don't know, like when this whole episode, I had no idea what the heck was happening. And I liked that. Like one of my favorite Voyager episodes is Worst Case Scenario, because you're like immediately thrown off at the beginning. You're like, what is happening? And so I liked that part of it. But it was very trippy. It lived up to what Seth tweeted right before it dropped. He's like, this is like our trippiest episode ever. It's true.
like Enterprise.
It was like the Twilight Zone. I felt
Thanks,
like I was
Katie.
watching
Okay.
Twilight.
Yeah, it was like Twilight Zone-esque. It had that horror element.
Hmm. Especially when they were on the plane, I was expecting a monster out on the wing as well.
Yes.
But I really liked how in the end, not to skip ahead a ton, but yeah, in the end when the girl is like, it's like a blink of an eye, and like the Voyager episode Blink of an Eye. I was like, oh my god, they said the Voyager episode title where
Oh, that's
like,
pretty cool.
I mean, that was referring to the past where like Kelly was an idol, like that episode, but yeah, that was fun.
Okay,
She
let me ask you
runs
guys this.
really fast, by the way.
Who,
Oh
Kelly?
my gosh. Yeah.
Yes. I was like, yes, she's a
Long legs.
runner.
Go, go,
6 feet
go.
tall, man.
No,
So-
I love it when people actually run on screen, like run. commit to the run. And
You can
she's a
tell when
good
they're like
runner.
half-assing it, and then when they're
Yeah.
full on
Most of
commit.
the time, yeah.
Yeah,
Most of the time they are half-assing it, and it
Yeah.
shows.
she's a great
But
runner.
I thought they could have had less of those scenarios. Like first it was like after when we got to the third one, which was the Mocklin mortuary one, right?
Mhm.
At that point, I was ready for it to be
Yeah.
the alien spaceship or the reveal of what it, and it ended up being a third thing. And then they made a fourth thing. And I was like, at the third one, I was like, all right, guys, I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
and I get that they had to do one for each character. So then the answer to that would have been have one less character there. Have
Well,
3 people and the
Yeah.
imposter, and then they only do 3 of those scenarios. And that would have been
right.
better. I mean, that was just for me. I
Yeah.
thought that it would have been better if it just had one less. Would have been great.
Would have helped the pacing a little bit, because it started to drag a little bit when you get to Soleil, and you're just like, okay, are we gonna do this for all 5 of you? So
But they didn't do it for all 5 of them
Right. Exactly.
because
sure, yeah.
Tala didn't do it, even though she said she did.
Yes.
And I was
Mhm.
like, no, you just lied.
Yeah, we're watching you.
Yeah.
We're watching you, Tala.
Lied. You didn't
We
do
know
that eye
you.
thing. But I don't think they needed the fake spaceship thing.
What
like-
was the fakes?
Oh, the
The-
fake battle.
The ancient aircraft.
Oh, that was
the
a fun.
the fake
Oh, wait.
battle when
The one where
Like,
they
wait,
reveal it's a twist.
When the
Yeah.
Kalon showed up.
But
Yeah.
isn't that how you know, like, isn't that the one that's like the crazy head fake?
I guess, but I don't know. I was just like, okay, so how many more fake outs are we gonna have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you though, the I thought that was the coolest part though, was just the reveal of who's doing it, because then to me that just opened up the big thing of, whoa, that's right. These people are, going through, what is it, 700 years every 11 days, something like that, right? So then you
Mhm.
start immediately thinking, wow, these guys are whatever it was, 50,000 years into their future from last time we saw them or whatever. That
Mhm.
means next time it could be another 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. And they could be like the next Q kind of character, right? Where
It's
they're
very
just like,
TNG.
Yep.
Well, they did that. Remember that one where Beverly like falls in love with the entity who starts becoming light? And that's because like he's evolved to energy levels. And so they kind of did that with this species. And then they also did like a couple really fun TNG tropes, which were to call like it an ancient aircraft. Because everyone's always saying in Fistful of Datas, when they say the ancient West, like that's actually only a couple hundred years before, not like thousands.
Yeah.
And then they also did that fun trope with switching out somebody who's coming back in a shuttle from like a conference or a trip. Like
Mhm.
I love
another
I love
Enterprise
when-
reference there. A lot of NAMs for
TNG.
trip.
Trip.
Today.
I do
it's
love
kind of
Trip.
fun how well he knows TNG.
Yeah, that was like, so what you were talking about was like parallels, right? When Worf is coming back from his,
Well, it kind of reminded me of actually Geordi when Geordi comes back from the Romulan. He goes to Ryza, but they like capture him and switch him out for they like actually reprogram him. But it happens all the time. It's like a recurring joke on TNG podcasts about how like if you go somewhere in a shuttle, like when you come back, you should be vetted more thoroughly. And also like go to a conference or on a trip at your own risk.
or you come back, wasn't it at the end of Genesis, somebody came back and found the ship adrift? Who was it that came
Not
back?
Genesis. The one where like Picard does a smiley face.
So the smiley face in the smoke. Oh gosh, what is that one?
I can never remember the name of it.
Yeah.
It's like
still watch it.
Geordi, Deanna, and Picard in the shuttlecraft. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
I
good.
think
So-
they could have done without the airplane one.
Yeah. I
The-
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that one, because the
Or the
Mocklin thing was kind of cool.
Hmm.
The raft reminded me of the river Styx from Clash of the Titans, and then
Ooh.
the Kraken was
Well-
underneath the boat, the raft. and-
I just
Love
want to
the
know like
original
who
Clash.
had
of
all
Titans.
that detailed information about like 2000 teens high schools. Like
Right.
is somebody watching
Yeah.
like Riverdale? in
Right.
their spare time in their quarters.
Well, I was thinking Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but
Well, you
yeah.
mentioned the airplane, and immediately, I don't know about you
It
guys,
felt
but I
like
immediately
airplane.
thought of Seth's experience in 2001 on 9/11.
Right. I didn't
And
think
I was
about
like,
forgot
that.
about
That's
that. Of
crazy.
Of course, he would be terrified of that. Maybe he's writing his real life experience, like
Good call.
kind of scary. So
Yeah,
like
he
that's
was
that's
supposed
what
to
my
be-
mind went to.
So anybody that doesn't know, he was supposed to be on one of those flights, and then something happened where he like missed
He-
his flight or something, right?
He was drinking, I think, the night before, and he overslept, and he got to the airport, and he was actually at the airport, but he missed it by about 10 minutes. It had left the gate by 10 minutes.
Wow.
That's how close we were to never getting the Orville.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
And more Family Guy,
That's crazy.
and that guy on
Mhm.
Enterprise.
They have the engineer on Enterprise.
Mhm.
But no, like that's what I was like, okay, if they're gonna do something for him and his character, maybe this is like speaking more towards real life than
Right.
science fiction.
It's true.
So the other thing that was cool about that character that, you know, showed up at the end, because she was just kind of toying with them like a cat in a ball, was that I started thinking about what's the next time we're gonna see, because she did say at the end, she said, we'll see you again, or we'll something like that, right? So I'm starting to think how is this going to manifest itself? Like, how are we going to see her again? What's it going to be? Another time where
How
they're screwing
stressful
around with
is
him?
it to the current the characters? If I was one of those characters on one of these shows and the like person fucking with you is like, I'll see you again, I'd be like living in fear, maybe ask for a transfer. Oh my gosh, like it's so exhausting.
So I
Or
was
before they
thinking,
can leave, just when will you see me again?
Yeah.
Be specific.
You know
please
what?
don't. Please
But-
don't.
I'll let my people call your people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But would they be corporeal at that point?
It depends. If it's just in 11 days, then maybe.
They're
But if it's a really long time. So what I was thinking is, my guess, this is a total guess on my part, of course, is that next time we see them, they're going to come back and they're going to say, we in trouble. There's some big bad thing happening, or something is, you know, attacking us. And that's going to be like the big scary thing, because we're going to be like, whoa, these guys are so far ahead technologically, and there's something that's messing them up, then we're in some serious trouble here. And then we kind of have to work with them, or, you know, I don't know. What do you guys think? What kind of scenarios might they come back in? Like, you know, like a Cupid kind of situation where they make them Robin Hood?
I think I have a feeling part of me wants it to happen this way, where Orville gets 7 full seasons like a Star Trek. They just save it for the finale. Like we're just waiting every episode. Like, is this gonna be them? Is this gonna be them? And like, what now? 4 years later, we'd be like, is it finally them?
That's fun.
Yeah.
I don't think they would though, but I wish.
Oh my gosh, this live chat's flying.
I don't know.
They should just have like an 11-day clock, you know, every 11 days, ding. So that way they know.
Yeah.
If we run
That's
into
a great
anything weird,
point.
if we run into
There
anything
you
weird,
go.
then it might be them.
every
That's
11
brilliant.
days. Yeah, I would
So
get
these,
bored
real
with
quick,
that, though.
these knickknacks here, they're like Cheetos, but it seems like British stuff is a little lighter.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really leave like powder. It's a little lighter. It's not, you know, like heavy and greasy.
How many
The
calories
Brits-
are in it? I think they call their
Um,
calories kcal, like they're supposed to be. I'm just interested if they're healthier than ours.
I'm sure they're healthier than ours. I'm not seeing anything that says calorie. It
Well,
says
they're in-
energy.
Their
Energy might be
ingredients
calories.
alone
Oh,
are
here it
better
is.
than ours.
566 kcal.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What does that
So it's
mean?
566 calories because they labeled their calories correctly, like by saying kcal, which were like technically in the US, that's what
This
they are, but
tiny
we drop the
no.
K.
This tiny bag cannot have
Yeah,
500
I'm
calories.
pretty
in it.
sure.
Dude. it's
Congrats,
like
now you have to go
2
to the
ounces. It's like 2 ounces.
Maybe I'm remembering nutrition class wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
It's like well, it depends on how many calories you intake every day, but that's like a
Hold on.
fourth of your daily.
We need
I don't know if
yeah,
I'm
four
I
of
just
these is
remember-
a
Daily.
daily value. Okay,
I just
we need
remember seeing like a footnote
Rose
in the book about
Kirby.
kcal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rose Kirby and Robert Kaiser are in Europe right now. They can tell us.
Yes.
There's no way. I mean, this thing can't be 566 calories. There's like
That would
11
be-
Cheetos in here.
Right. That would be really
There's
strange.
56.
Maybe.
Eh.
Wait, I don't know. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. Anyway,
You know, after this, I'm going to be reading on the internet.
Faith Howell says Cheetos without the cheese dust seems equal parts fail and brilliant.
Yeah.
Anyway,
For the people who have to keep their fingers clean, we have basic Cheeto.
I'm checking out what this cal is in kcal.
Same.
Okay, good, because I was about to, but I'm still reading the live chat.
Oh yeah, tell us out loud what we're missing. Okay, here it is.
Is it?
1 kilocalories equals 1,000 grams of calorie. So wait, that sounds weird too. So if this thing has 566 kcals, that means it has half of a gram of calories.
So it would depend on how many grams equal 1 calorie here.
Anne Marie, you're the doctor. Can you
I guess
decipher for us?
Yeah, here everyone's saying, oh, this one says, are British calories different? The bottom line, calories are a measure of energy and nutrition and exercise. Calories and kcal are used interchangeably and refer to the same amount of energy.
Oh,
It's because in America, like they dropped the K for some reason. I knew I had read that somewhere.
No, so there's no way. If this thing
So-
says 566 kcals,
Why do you
there's
think?
no way that it's
Why do you think obesity
566
is such a
calories.
problem in England?
No, so obesity is more of a problem here than it is in England. But,
Anywhere in the world, yeah, practically.
Okay, yes, I know.
It would be
Yeah.
so it would be you're going by 1,000.
So this has
so-
220 calories, and this is a zone
Yeah.
bar.
So that would be 2,000 kcal, if that makes sense.
No, it'd be 22,000. Wait, no, 220,000.
So 1
Kcals.
calorie is 1,000.
Yes.
huh.
So
Kcal just means kilograms, I guess.
Right.
Kilocalories or whatever.
so
Anyway, the look on Anne Marie's face is telling me we got to move on, that this is boring. Look at the look on her face. She's like, can we stop talking about
I also know
calories?
obesity is a problem in America too. I went to medical school, like, yeah.
Yeah, it's the worst. But anyway, so
I
I don't know. I guess if this has 220, then I guess maybe that has
like
2.5 times as much.
Mhm.
I guess that's fair. Fine, whatever. I don't know anything about
Like-
calories.
like
While you
J.R.
discuss
Poole-
that,
like J.R. Poole is saying 0.5 kcal is 500 calories in America.
yeah, so 1,000 and
Exactly,
21, same
because
thing, yeah.
They dropped
Okay.
the K in America.
So it is
Huh.
exactly the same. Basically, it's okay. Fine.
interesting.
Anyway,
But while you guys discuss,
Wow.
this, I'm gonna go check on Radar. He made a noise. I'll be
I'm
right
like,
back.
maybe I should go out now.
yeah.
It's okay.
Let's not discuss this anymore. But it looks like the live chat really explain. Okay, Rose M. Kirby says, I think per packet 100 grams equal. Okay, this is just so confusing. Basically, yeah, whatever. But then if it's 1 equals 1,000, then this is only
Exactly.
half. Then this is
It-
only half of a calorie. There's no way this is only
No.
half of a calorie.
Not half of a calorie. It's the decimal point moves. It's
Yeah.
probably the same amount as like a packet of Cheez-Its
Right, but I'm
or
saying, look,
Cheetos.
if this is 500 kcals,
Mhm.
and it says that there's 1,000 kcals in a regular calorie, then that would be half of a calorie in this.
Hmm.
That's what it comes out to, mathematically speaking.
Someone,
So this
Linda,
is-
I
this
agree
is
with
only,
Linda.
This is only
Just
half
eat
a
it.
calorie.
Just eat it and don't read the label.
Yeah, that's right.
It's because it's based on kilojoules in joules, which is how you measure energy, but then for doing nutrition, you switch it to calories. And then in the United States, we just for some reason dropped the K because it's easier to just call it calories.
So it's not 1,000 to 1, it's 1 to 1.
Yes.
Okay, so then it's 500 calories. Okay.
500 calories for 11 Cheetos.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
It's made of
worth it.
pure lard.
Anyway, so sorry, everybody. When we edit this, we are going to cut out this 45 minutes of calorie talk with 4 very confused people. Just kidding. It's live.
I'm not confused. Okay.
Okay. So anyway, what parts made you laugh about this episode of the Orville, by the way?
Gordon. Just Gordon being Gordon.
And Bortus being on a diet.
Yes.
See, I was thinking that Bortus bored us. No? Was I the only one?
No, but yeah, probably. It was fun.
See, that Bortus bored us?
Bored us,
Whatever.
yeah.
Yes.
Anyway.
Got
No, that was funny. Oh, he was talking about calories too.
Yes.
He was. Segway.
Ah. No, it's good to see like the progression over the past few episodes. They've been gradually reintroducing the humor, which makes me feel confident in my assessment of Seth just wanted to show everyone what he's capable of now that he's away from Big Daddy Fox and he can go do whatever the heck he wants. So now they're returning a little bit more towards what they're known for.
There were a few really funny lines early on that I didn't write down and I wish I had, because I actually laughed a bit in this one early on. There were some things that made me laugh. Also, when he says, "I'm glad you got your existential rocks off." That was fun. I thought it was a little rude when they're like, "Oh my God, Captain Mercer, you're back. We've been looking all over the place for you." You know, when Lamar calls him, and he's like, "We found you. What's going on?" And he's like, "Are you guys okay? What happened?" And he goes, "We ran into an old friend." I'm like, dude, seriously? That's
I
rude.
think a way worse
Just tell him.
if that had happened to me.
Just tell him and be like, dude, there was we got captured, this ayahuasca magic thing. Like, saying we ran into an old friend makes him think, seriously, we've been trying to contact you and you've been ignoring us because you were talking to a friend? That's just rude. Just be honest. Be honest, Captain.
To know if they come back. Like, what was
well, they just cut away after he said we ran into an old friend. Maybe he paused for dramatic effect and then was like, it was this weird freaking light girl and she had all these colors and she's omnipotent now. The things that fan fiction fills in for you.
Has anybody else had ayahuasca?
Wait, is that true?
What?
That's what they said. They said it was like an ayahuasca trip. And I think it's like a plant in South America that gives you like really powerful hallucinations. I've never done it, but
is that
like peyote?
Kind of? Oh,
kind of.
I was thinking it's like the drug that they take to make themselves throw up.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying.
I don't want to take part of that ritual.
No, ayahuasca is like a recreational drug. It's a plant that goes, I think it's in South America. And it's like a really powerful hallucinogenic. And people say that they like see God or see aliens or fly through the cosmos. Like it's like, they say it's like a life-changing event. And they're just sitting there like a vegetable for
yeah, you can like
2
go on
hours
tours in New Mexico and they put you in yurts and then they watch you while you take it. I mean, I wouldn't go on one of those trips, but yeah.
More enterprise talk.
Yeah.
You guys are obsessed with Trip today.
So many names for Trip.
Well, how do you guys think that this episode compares to the first two?
I like that Bortus had more one-liners. I love Bortus.
Same. No, I feel like for me, I'm not even considering like comparing them all to each other because they all feel so different and their stories are so different. Like I'm very used to what they're doing with like Discovery, where it's like, oh, we're just going to tell you a movie broken up into hour segments. Like, this is totally completely unique. there's probably an underlying theme somewhere, but yeah, it makes you rethink like comparisons.
What
But I
about you,
still think it was
Melissa?
good.
Yeah, it stacks up there. I liked it.
Another review for what Ryan's eating.
No,
I liked it, question mark.
I liked it. I don't know how I would stack it up with the other two because they are completely different from each other. The horror elements in this last two have been fun. I liked those parts of it. But yeah, it was fun. It was interesting. It felt like the Twilight Zone, which is fun.
Mm-hmm. I knew that it was going to be like some kind of fake holodeck thing when I saw 6 empty seats on the airplane. I was like, okay, there's
and
no
all next to each other.
That's what I'm saying. 6 empty seats right next to each other on an airplane. And that's how you know, okay, this is obviously some kind of simulation. They're walking through a completely full airplane and there's 6 open. Nope. Okay, I'm on to you, Orville. That's how I know. That's
At
never
least
happened
one person
ever.
would have asked to change seats already.
And you knew that Tala was the imposter when her eyes didn't change and she lied about it.
Yeah, that's right. I thought that was a good twist. Once that happens, that's when we kind of figure out, oh, I get it. So she's the central character. Someone's talking about, did I just see someone say a yurt? Yeah. David Gregory says, yes, Anne-Marie, trip tent in a way. I did yurt camping after Star Trek Las Vegas last year, but didn't get to hallucinate or didn't go to hallucinate.
I think that's like an Arrested Development plotline. Yeah.
Yurts.
Well, going on your trip vacations.
Tripping.
Well, I was like legitimately scared of those kids. Like when they were like getting faked out by like being back on the Orville, I was like, oh man, crap, the Kaylon have these all over randomly. Like you're never gonna know what reality is. This one's scary as hell. And like, so I was almost relieved when those energy people came because like it made them feel less threatening that we at least don't have to worry about like the Kaylon doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun though. I do like the space battles. I do think that they look amazing. I think that they've spent obviously so much time on the special effects, on the space battles, on the exterior shots.
Better get an Emmy for it.
So pretty.
They
it's so
better
pretty.
get an Emmy.
Those shuttlecrafts are so gorgeous when she's flying into the shuttle bay.
It's sleek,
like,
it's sexy.
so
I
pretty.
love it to pieces.
Yeah.
You really
the
think they're even
colors.
going to get an Emmy nomination? Because Emmys,
They better.
They don't like sci-fi.
Yeah.
And they don't like animation either, but but I think they'd have to at this point because the visuals are better than I've seen on any other show. It's just blown it completely out of the water. So they at least have to be in contention for like they have to have some kind of nomination.
Yeah,
and if they don't, we riot.
They're up there. I think they're up there with like The Expanse and Star Trek is great visuals too.
And it doesn't even have to be an Emmy. Any kind of award for sci-fi
Saturn.
graphics. Yeah, Saturn Award. Go for it. I think they have a good chance.
You think it stands a good chance against the various Star Trek iterations, Katie?
I think it does.
Wow.
And For All Mankind.
Does anybody watch
I
For All
think
Mankind other than Anne-Marie? Because Anne-Marie is
like everybody in the live chat.
There are a few people that are obsessed with this show, and apparently it's amazing. I mean, it's a Ronald D. Moore production, so obviously it's
and
legit.
those two guys who do all of the editing for like
David
Lady Deep Space Nine
Weddle
episodes.
and Bradley
Thompson.
Yeah.
And Naren Shankar did the first like season or two, and the Akudas work on it. Oh my
Oh,
gosh, it's
really?
so good. And Sci-Fi Sisters just had on like one of the actors from it today. It's just
Cool.
every episode's better and better. But I mean, it's just one of the 3 Star Trek shows out right now. Strange New Worlds, Orville, and For All Mankind. And you can watch the first season for free on Apple TV right now.
So do you think, Anne-Marie, that there are more people from Star Trek in For All Mankind than the Orville?
Actually, yes. Well,
Wow.
or I mean, it's neck and neck, or maybe one more. Because the Akudas come with 2 people too. And then sometimes they have Star Trek one-offs. But it feels very much like a prequel to Enterprise almost. I know it's alt history, but it's still pretty close to what our history is, or could be.
All right, everybody at home, do you watch and or love For All Mankind? And while you're letting us know that, J.R. Poole says, pineapple slice time, talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I love
But then
that.
he took a break from his pineapple to say, yes, For All Mankind rocks.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And Faith
it's
House says,
legitimate amazing.
Faith House says, I don't, but I will if Anne-Marie says it's good.
Oh,
Wow.
it's so good.
Everything's
oh my
good,
God.
though.
Oh, and they
She
even
said
have
that
Fly Me
devil.
on the
What
Moon
was
episode.
that devil show that you thought was so good?
Well, Lucifer, but I didn't say it like
Lucifer,
that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah,
a
but
good show.
I said Lucifer's a fun romp. For All Mankind is like mind-blowingly good, and it's so Ronald D. Moore Star Trek. I love it.
I do like that. Mai says it's on my list now.
Oh, it's so
Mm.
good.
I'll add it to my list.
Yeah.
In America, it doesn't seem to get that much advertising. So I had heard about it from like my Australian friends who were raving about it. And they also
Really?
are people like I started watching Orville because they were raving on Orville. But oh, it's so good. And sometimes there's Star Trek references in it, which is even cuter.
And we reviewed For All Mankind on
Wow.
Watch the First podcast.
Which was
Mohammed
my
Noor
favorite.
and that astronaut.
Yeah, I'm
Astronaut
trying to
ever-
find.
And it's like my favorite of the
She's a Mars rover driver.
Exactly
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But I'm trying to
that's
find.
my favorite watch the first of all. It was in
Really?
March. Yes.
Was in-
And I watched them all like multiple times because it was during virtual CheckCon.
Yeah, there it is. Dr. Muhammad Noor, of course, and Dr. Tanya Harrison For All
Oh,
Mankind.
sorry, Tanya of Mars.
Tanya of Mars, yes, exactly. That's her Twitter handle. That was Watch the First episode 104.
It's
So
so
go
good.
check that out
Cool.
on Falling Towers, Watch the First podcast.
Oh, you guys are all in for a treat if you haven't watched it.
Yeah. Muhammad liked it. So did Tanya.
Hey, no
Ooh.
spoilers,
Oh.
spoilers, but there were some mixed reviews.
Yes, there were some mixed reviews.
There were some mixed reviews. So everybody go to Falling Towers YouTube channel and check out Watch the First episode 104 For All Mankind with Muhammad and Tanya. Wow, you got a good
He
memory,
gave some-
Melissa.
Yeah, I do. Helps for learning lines and stuff.
I barely remember the shows that we did or if I liked them or not. So good job.
Yeah.
All right, so just to finish up on the Orville here, what do you guys think of, this was kind of our second taste of the new girl, the blonde girl. What's her name? Charlie something.
I want to throw her out an airlock.
Wow.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. She's one note.
She's
hate
mean
Isaac.
to Isaac. It's
That's
so
her
mean.
note. That's her entire role so far is I hate Isaac, and there's nothing else.
Mm-hmm. There is not a single
Yeah,
other thing
and-
about her character.
And in like TOS, if somebody's like racist on the bridge to other aliens, even if like
They get called out.
other alien species like killed their family, they get called out immediately. And I
Yeah.
don't like that. Like that shouldn't be tolerated. It's getting, especially when like Isaac's freaking one of their crew and
Right.
is such an integral part and like repeatedly saves them.
Exactly.
And, like literally
exactly.
tried to commit suicide. Like
And I
you
know
might
she
want to
has
be like,
Yeah,
Be careful around
Yeah.
him. He's gentle. Like,
exactly.
I'm
And
trying to
she
help
like,
him.
I know she has like that special power with multiple dimensions, but also like the crew is fine without her before. So
Yeah.
she doesn't deserve like
Agreed.
special treatment. Like, I'm not a fan.
Agreed. I was kind of taken aback when she took the captain's chairs, but then I was like, she's just an ensign. But
I
then
know.
But
Yeah.
then I had to rewind it, and he called Lamar up to the bridge to take the chair, and she was just keeping it warm until he got there. So
But
I was
even
like,
still,
okay.
then Isaac should have taken it, but I don't think he was up on the bridge at that time.
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought of that too. I was like, whoa, slow
Yeah.
down there.
He's
And literally
just
everybody
an
else
ensign.
should take that spot except you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she did a good pose. She's my favorite character now. Took a little bit of time to warm up to her, but now I think she's probably, my
Sure.
Katie,
Sure.
yeah.
You're a
she's
terrible
cool.
liar.
That's because you like to be contrary.
You guys
Yeah.
remember that Nine
You
Inch
like to
Nails
start
song, Terrible
fires.
Lie? Terrible Lie from Pretty Hate Machine, I think. Terrible Lie.
You're full of
At
music
9 Inch.
references that I don't get tonight.
Yeah, those songs came out after or before you were born, Katie. But yeah, I thought they laid it on a little thick with her character on the first episode, but I'm sure they're just setting up an arc where she and Isaac are going to be the best of friends. Isaac's probably going to save her, and she's going to apologize to Isaac, and he's going to be just like Data and be like, oh, an apology is not necessary. My feelings cannot be hurt if, whatever like that. Or
Yeah.
the cutest scene in all of Star Trek ever, there is none cuter, is in Gambit Part 2, The Next Generation.
Oh, yeah, your favorite scene.
It is the cutest scene when Data's got, he's the captain because Picard and Riker are off on that other ship with those cool guys. And then you got Data as the captain, you have Worf as his first officer, and Worf keeps going, we should go back and find them or whatever, and then Data's like, not yet. And then when Data finally says, okay, we'll go find them, Worf goes, finally. and then Data calls him into his ready room, and he's like, Mr. Worf, I'm dissatisfied with your performance. And then he calls him out, and they have a little discussion about it. Worf gives him a little bit of pushback, but then finally Worf, Data gives him tough love. Remember, he goes like, he says, I expect you to adhere to the rules that I have given out. And if you can't do it, then I will have Geordi LaForge, Mr. LaForge, be first officer. It would not go in your record as a demotion, simply a transfer, something to that nature, where he's like super stern with them. And then he says dismissed. Worf leaves, and then he says, Mr. Worf, I'm sorry if I've ended our friendship. And then Worf goes, no, it is I that have jeopardized our friendship. And if you would overlook this, or whatever they said, he said, I would like cute. That. I would. So anyway, so that's a very long-winded way of saying that I think that Charlie and Isaac are going to have a moment similar to that, but less cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope it's in a less like overdone way. Like, I hope they find a way to make it unique.
JR
Which
Poole
I'm
says,
sure they'll find a way.
back, these pineapples are delicious. Do
Oh,
they
like, I'm
have them
jealous.
in Vegas? Something to snack on if I go.
They have pineapple
remember?
juice.
They do?
Remember that when like Adam and Ben from Greatest Generation did their Star Trek cocktails at Virtual TrekCon 3, and they actually used that like cocktail Star Trek cocktail cookbook that came out last year,
Yum.
and they sculpted pineapple slices into batlets to put like on the drink side.
My God.
It's the coolest
That's
thing I've
great.
ever seen. I was like, wow, this cookbook's actually great. And they
Now I gotta
totally
Google
look like
pineapple
batlets.
batleth.
Yes, it was amazing.
What would it take, Anne-Marie, for Charlie to become your favorite character this season?
They're digging quite a hole, because even if it gets rectified,
She's starting off pretty low.
I mean, even if it gets rectified, I'm just like annoyed it's taken this long. And
It's
Also,
3
it just-
episodes.
Yeah, but like they
No,
should have
but
first of all corrected
still.
it, and second, like it's just at this point, like it's just going to be a super tropey to like correct the behavior and move on. I don't know.
Plus,
just
we love.
kidding.
Okay, everybody in the live chat right now.
And I love Isaac so hard.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Tell
that's
us
the problem.
your-
Everyone loves him.
Everybody, tell us your 2 favorite Orville characters. Your top 2 only. And I think that's why Charlie's
You know
never
what
going
it's
to
like
become your
too?
favorites, because you
It's
like
like
Isaac so
it's
much.
like Dr. Pulaski. Like I actually, as I get older, I actually like her more and more every time I watch season 2 of TNG. But the fact that she like is so rude to Data for episodes means that I can never put her as like a favorite, or like I can never miss her.
But there's a difference between Pulaski and Charlie. Pulaski wasn't one note. Charlie is one note.
See, I don't remember Pulaski that well,
that's
but I
just
remember not liking her
Charlie
too.
gets more dimensions. She still will never get to like, because even Dr. Pulaski couldn't.
She was the one that kept calling him Data, right? And she's like,
Yeah.
Data,
Yeah.
Data, what's the
That
difference?
was
And he goes,
so annoying.
one is my name.
Yeah.
And like talking about him behind his back to other crewmen.
Yeah.
Rude.
Like he's an inanimate
So
object, but he's actually a person. But
Who's
yeah,
lovely.
I don't know. I just, yeah.
So
Charlie's
many
not doing
random
it for me.
fandoms said, hey, wait, that's you.
Yeah.
Katie, you could just
What?
tell us.
Yeah. What
Dr.
am I
Love it.
Dr. Finn and Ed are your
I was
2
getting
favorites.
the conversation going.
Yeah. J.R. Poole says Kelly and the Doctor. Who are your 2 favorites, Melissa?
Dr.
far?
Finn is definitely a favorite of mine. And a second favorite,
She should go by Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, right?
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Weird.
Dr. Finn, and I don't know if I have a second favorite because they all have their moments of pretty cool, but I want to say Alara, although she's not there anymore.
Yeah, I was thinking about her
Oh.
too.
She was a favorite.
Yeah. What about you, Dr. Anne Marie, Medicine Woman?
Dr. Finn and Isaac. I love them. so
Wow.
much.
Everybody's favorite is Dr. Finn. I feel like I should say that too, just for Deep Space Nine loyalty.
Yes.
I liked Alara a lot.
Oh, me too.
I was always very surprised by how good her comedic timing was, because I didn't expect it
Yeah.
from her, but she was surprisingly good. Kelly has also surprised me with just what a great actress she is. Every once in a while, I find myself hearing the way she delivers lines and thinking that's different than how I would have read the line, but it's a good way, or it's a better way than I would have expected, or that the writers would have expected. So it shows that she's creative with, sometimes they just give her a line that's 2 or 3 words and she has to make it interesting without taking away from the scene. Sometimes it's just got to be a throwaway line and you don't want to take over a scene. And she does that very well.
She needs more love. They started treating her a little bit like the first officer syndrome, like they did with Chakotay. Like, in this
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, yes.
she
Be
kept
nice to
having those
Chakotay.
things- Yeah, I'm defending him. Like, she's saying things like where they're all talking and there clearly needs to be a plan. She'll finish out the scene with her like, we need to get some answers. And it's like, duh, that's what the plan is. That's what the next scene is. But
Oh, so she's
I
the
get like
Deanna
her-
Troy. She's the Deanna Troy that like says
no,
the
they're
obvious.
doing like the first officer thing. And kind of like with number 1, she needs more like love on Strange New World. It's just, everybody always says in Star Trek notoriously, like, it's hard to write for first officer. I mean, but it's not like we haven't had wonderful Kelly moments before. I just want more. And then
We
what's
need
the
more.
new- what's the girl who's Alara's like replacement
Tala.
again? I like her
Tala.
a lot too. She's like very has like a complexity and empathy that's like I really appreciate, especially like dealing with
Yeah,
Mocklins
yeah.
or other species, others and other races.
When Tala turned into that future person, my first thought was Tron Geordie, because she looked like
Yes.
Tron, But then also that episode where Jordy turned into like some
transluminant
guy, whatever.
Man, I used to have so many
Right.
nightmares about that. Oh,
Yeah.
It's
so
awful.
creepy.
Yeah.
I was so scared at first.
So Linda Anderegg says Pulaski was great. She drank Worf's poison tea. Mai says Seth and Gordon, funny boys.
Oh, yeah.
David Gregory says his favorites are Gordon and the Doctor. May Borello says the Mocklin Doctor. That's a shout out for Rico Anderson, who can't hear us because he's not here. Hey, Orville Nation is here, everybody.
Yay.
Hello, Orville Nation.
Hey,
Thank you
PJ.
so much for joining us. Orville Nation, you are an expert in the Orville. Who are your 2 favorite characters so far right now in the Orville series? There's a squeak there.
Sorry. My bad.
No, I love those squeaks. I also thought it was funny.
Chuck A's
Yeah, go ahead.
here.
Who?
Chuck A. We're glad you're
Chuck
feeling
A,
coming.
welcome. Oh, he's recovering from his hip surgery. How'd it go,
Mhm.
Chuck A? Thank you so much for joining us. That's right. He told us the other day that he was going in for that, or that he was healing from that.
Yay. So glad that's behind you.
Wow. Yeah,
Okay.
let us know how you're feeling, Chuck A. Thanks for checking in on us.
Okay, sorry to interrupt, Ryan.
No, not at all. Orville Nation says Gordon and John Lamar, the funny
Mhm.
guys.
I think he needs more stuff too.
Yeah.
John Lamar.
I think he's going to get less stuff. Once he got moved from the bridge
I
to
know.
engineering, it's like he got a promotion theoretically, but in the episodes that take place in engineering, cool. But otherwise, how many times was Bailana on the bridge?
Right.
I love that you
not
say
that often.
Bailana. I miss seeing like Gordon
Balana.
and Gordon and Lamar together more.
Yeah, they had
They were so
that
cute.
that
Yeah.
kind of friendship that started to feel like Bashir and O'Brien almost.
Yes.
Totally.
And
Total bromance.
I'd like to see more of that. Like, fun bromance stuff.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. Are they as
How are those
spicy
calories
as
tasting?
as they claim to
Good.
be?
Yeah,
Are they spicy at all?
kind of a little bit like, it kind of tastes like hot and sour soup.
Oh.
A little bit like that.
Hmm.
Actually, though, that reminded me when you
Interesting.
said, how are those calories tasting? I had a girlfriend at the time. I suppose she was calorie conscious, but there was something that was like, or out to eat. I think maybe I got like some kind of soup or pasta. Or I don't remember anything about anything really. Point is, she's like, oh, that looks good. And I was like, oh, do you want some? And she goes like this with the plate or bowl, and she sniffs it. She goes, smells like calories. Like,
Whoa.
she's probably,
Definitely pasta.
maybe it was like a pot pie or something like that. So she was
Oh.
probably right. It was probably like rich and heavy, but she had a good nose.
Nice.
Smells like calories.
Mhm. All right. So last thing about the Orville before we go is, I guess I kind of already asked that, but I did want to know, do you guys think we will see that future person again? Like as a Q character or as a future guy character?
Eventually.
Probably, but they would have to make that person evolve even more. So I wonder how they would look different.
And you say
Oh
yes?
yeah, the episode of TNG, the guy's name's John Doe. I just remembered, and he like wears white and starts like illuminating light too because he's evolved. So
In what episode are we talking about?
the one where Beverly treats, I was talking about
Beverly.
earlier, she treats the guy and they like have a dalliance and
Oh,
they call
right.
him John Doe. I forgot. I was like racking my brain trying to remember his name. Duh.
Robert Kaiser says, smells like calories sounds like something I'd like to taste. Exactly,
Mm.
Bert. You
Yeah.
get it. All right.
Wait, so which is your favorite? This week's potato chips or snacks or last week's?
You know, it's an interesting question. I'm glad you asked it, Anne-Marie. You see, this one was fun because it felt like I was eating Cheetos. But look.
Oh my
Hey.
gosh.
No,
I know.
orange.
It's clean.
Are you
There's
sure you
no-
didn't clean them off camera?
He's just
There's
frantically
no way
wiping him
you-
on his pants.
You cannot clean Cheetos off camera. You have to actually go wash your
Yeah.
hands. Like even if you like napkin those things, they're still filthy. So that was cool. It wasn't terribly spicy, you know. So you could. It was not that spicy at all. You could just eat the whole thing, no problem. It's like it tastes like sweet and sour soup. The pickled onion, I might put that slightly ahead, but they were both pleasant surprises. Like both of them, I came into it very judgingly, and both of them I was like, okay, British people 2, Ryan 0 right now is how it goes. Ryan's snooty
Understatement.
French sensibilities. Now my French side is probably the side that's very judgy against the British. I'm like, the British don't know how to make a snack. A snack is a parfait, not a crunchy merde.
Not enough orange
Hey.
flavor.
Yes.
Crunchy.
Yeah, you know how messy us Americans are. It's when you say, what's your favorite kind of juice or what's your favorite kind of whatever, and people say blue or they say purple. Our flavors are just colors. We're
Blue
terrible.
raspberry is the best. 100%.
What about pink lemonade
Ugh.
or orange?
Oh my god,
Does
my
it work
summer
on you?
camp used to they like every day would have like these huge massive things of pink lemonade, and that was all there was to drink for weeks.
Oh
Like,
my
I
gosh.
can never drink pink lemonade again. It was too much.
Oh.
Faith Howell says dustless Cheetos still seems like synthahol to me. No thanks.
Oh my gosh. That's the line of the night.
Yeah, that's solid.
That's great.
Lucas of the Bind says smells like calories. Sounds like a first season data line. Orville Nation says now I can totally see Ryan playing a snobby French waiter. Well, fun fact, I am. I'm French and I was a waiter for a very long time. And I would just convince myself that I'm like, no, I just got to think of it as an acting role. You know, like my
There you
call
go.
time is 4 p.m. And today I'm playing the role of the happy waiter. And I would go in there with the most plastic of all plastic smiles. And, oh, I'm so interested to hear what you have to say. And, oh, yes, absolutely. I'd be glad to get this.
Wait a minute.
It was just,
That
I was
seems
acting.
familiar.
I was acting, everybody. I was pretending to give a shit. And I didn't give a about anything or anyone.
Oh my gosh,
And
don't
I
tell
was
us
like,
the
oh,
secret.
that's really, oh boy. Yeah, oh, great. And then as soon as I clocked out, I'm just like rip my shirt off and grumble on home and and life would be good again because I would be out of that servitude. But anyway, so let's move on from the Orville. Bottom line is I actually enjoyed this episode very much. I thought it was really fun, really cool. I thought they could have shaved off one of the scenarios for me, but that's because I'm like always impatient about everything all the time. But I really like the characters and I'm really excited about all the characters, including the new one. Even if she seems annoying right now, we know that it's going to create situations with other people and it gives Gordon somebody to talk to. They had to put somebody there with Lamar moving downstairs. You got to give somebody, you know, that Gordon can give his sarcastic, you know, quips to. Although we haven't seen her give them back much yet.
No, not
Yeah,
yet.
I was just gonna say they don't really have that same kind
Rapport.
of chemistry.
Mhm. All right. You heard it here first, everybody. 3 out of 4 people think Charlie needs to step it up. Step it up, Charlie Burke. Charlie Burke, I think it is. We're watching you. All right. So this one, Anne Marie's going to hate this thing. there was an article in StarTrek.com the other day. And if you'll notice, the title is Strange New Worlds 101 Romance. Love is one of the most powerful forces in the galaxy, after all. Well, if it's after all, then it's the least powerful in the galaxy. Okay, anyway.
Hilarious.
Thank you. Spoilers for Strange New Worlds, episode 6 to follow. So we're not going to actually go into that. I just wanted to find out, everybody, what's your favorite Star Trek romance? Oh my God, look at Anne-Marie is positively glowing now. She's just like, this is all I want. We could do a whole episode on this. No, in all of Star Trek.
Way to make it impossible.
Well, how about we could do your favorite romance in each series then?
Oh, no, that's even harder.
Do you have all night?
No. Okay, then it's just your number one favorite romance ever in Star Trek. Katie.
Janeway and Chakotay.
Wow. I thought it was going to be Janeway and that holographic guy.
No. Fairhaven.
Yes, that guy.
Minus the wife. Delete the wife.
Yes.
Delete the wife. No, she and Chakotay are meant to be together, and they better do it in Prodigy. That's all I'm saying.
That's all.
Not do it in Prodigy. Like do it. Like they better make it an official.
I agree.
Make
I
it
agree
an
to
official
both.
relationship.
No, both.
They can doing it would probably be more in lower decks category, not a Nickelodeon.
All right, everybody. So we've got one for Chakotay and 7. That's Katie. Melissa, what do you so Katie's is Chakotay and 7 of 9. That's her favorite romance. What's your favorite, Melissa?
Kira and Odo. Always. Always. With Jadzia and Worf, a close second.
Oh, good. I was going to ask that.
That'd be my second.
Jadzia and Worf is also your close second. Katie behind 7 and Chakotay. Cool.
You know, if you keep saying it, not gonna make it true.
Yeah. In the live chat right now, Chasen says Worf and Troy. Ooh, Worf and Troy or Worf and Dax. There's some competition there. Faith Howell says Paris and Torres. Pat B says Dax and Worf. Linda Anderegg says Riker and Troy. Pat B just deleted that answer to give us a new one, it seems. Right on the spot. Disappeared right after I said it. So we've got Worf and Jadzia. We've got Worf and Troy. We've got Riker and Troy. What we need is Riker and Jadzia now. We're all set. Picard and Darren says J.R. Poole. Linda Anderegg says maybe Rom and Lita. Chuck A says Riker and Troy. Mai says Worf and Jadzia. May Barella says, oh man, I don't remember these people. Cayman and Eileen.
Oh, from the Inner Light.
Is his name Cayman?
Yes,
that's a good one.
Picard.
That's Picard.
Yeah, they were really sweet. Good knowledge, May Barella. Good knowledge. Melissa Longo says, Kieran Odo, we know you said it. She's like, but now they get 2 votes. Linda Andrick says, Worf and Troy was so awkward.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yvette Blackman is here, and she is not here to spread the joy. She is pissed. She's like, I thought this was an Orville chat. and she shows up just when we're talking about Star Trek.
And I was just talking about the Sci-Fi Sisters episode for All Mankind that came out today, which is amazing.
Oh, it was today.
They dropped it today, which means they had screeners or something to talk about it ahead of time. It was so good. I love it. Hi, Bob.
Awesome. Welcome, Yvette. So back to Star Trek. Sorry, Yvette. We were talking about the Orville. Great episode today.
We haven't gotten Anne-Marie's favorite.
I know. She's up next.
Oh, I can't pick. I mean, my first favorite was Riker and Troy. And also Picard and Beverly.
Wow, TNG.
But Jadzia, Worf, Ramalita, and Kira and Odo from Deep Space Nine. Voyager, Troy, and Paris. 'Cause they just like they're better together than they are apart, and I think that's one of the most beautiful things of a relationship. And then nobody from Enterprise.
Oh,
And now Nurse Chapel and Spock. Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
I
That's
did
not
like
a romance yet, though.
I did like Trip into Paul personally.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? I actually did like them, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't say they're my favorite. But yeah, they were good.
I just like Trip.
We noticed you keep mentioning him, whether you realize it or not. It keeps
It's
that
just
word
subconscious.
keeps coming out.
I was gonna guess that maybe you like Trip, but it was hard to tell.
Trip and Katie.
So Faith Howell says Paris and Janeway. Just kidding.
Okay.
Lucas
Listen.
of the Bind says Beverly and Picard. Yvette also says hi, Bob. J.R. Poole says hi, Bob.
Oh my gosh, the high bobs in today's episode were so amazing. Okay, sorry.
And Robert Kaiser says, I like Trip and T'Pol as well. Chuck A says Janeway and Paris in Threshold. Yep.
Oh boy.
Well, then maybe that begs the question of which was the most awkward romance, or the romance that you disliked the most out of all of them. Katie, Katie's going to say seven and Chakotay. Yep. Is that it?
1000%.
Yes. I
so easy.
freaking hate it with a
Why?
burning passion. It came out of nowhere. There was no chemistry.
It's
He
creepy.
was supposed to be with Catherine.
1000% agree.
What's creepy about it?
I don't know. It's just like, it feels like he's like kind of, he always talks down to her. And it just kind of feels like she's like, she's
They
not
don't have
at his
anything in
maturity
common.
level. And it's just so ick. Ugh, I hate that.
What do
It's so
Chakotay and
gross.
Janeway have in common?
They're
love
both
French hot
amazing.
roast.
They get along so well, and they went
He's
from
her
enemies to
fox that
friends.
takes him across the river.
He made
loves
her a
bathtubs.
bathtub.
Yeah. Exactly.
Bring in Charlene Schmidt. She'll get it.
Whoa.
Everybody at home, Charlene will be back next week. So stay tuned for that. So
There you go.
Katie, you can ask her if we remember that about the bathtub.
Yes. The monkey
Melissa,
planet.
what was your least favorite romance of all? Say Janeway and Chakotay just to see what'll happen.
You'll just see me spontaneously combust. It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
The most awkward romance.
Or the one you hate the most or whatever.
The most awkward, and I'm gonna say Seven and Chakotay, but with Odo and the female changeling
Yes.
a close second. Yeah, very, very close seconds, almost neck and neck. But I have to say that Seven and Chakotay was like, okay, where did this come from?
It wasn't like 20 years into the future,
Was it? I don't know.
Right?
But it was
so like when something's in the future, it's like,
Wait,
well,
what?
you know, things change,
Janeway
some
and
things happen.
Who?
no Seven and
Oh,
Chakotay.
it starts like a couple of episodes before the end.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it's
Okay.
implied that it happened when they got back. Also.
Right.
Ugh.
Right. But honestly, she had more connection with the doctor than
Yes.
she did Chakotay.
I shipped them so hard. They were
Yeah.
such a cute couple.
I mean, he taught her things, and it was
They were in
kind
each
of-
other's body. Like it was.
Well, and there was kind of a
Yeah, cute
Pygmalion type thing
Yes.
going on there.
Exactly. And
That-
yeah.
They have a
Katie.
history.
Katie, did you just say they were in each other's bodies? We're not going to have that kind of talk. on this show. No, but that was actually, I thought Jerry Ryan's crowning achievement as far as her acting was concerned in
That was
Voyager
amazing.
was when she acted like the Doctor to a
That
T.
was incredible.
It
So
was
fun.
so good, so charming. I
Yeah.
was like, wow, she can really act. And it's hard to see that people like Jerry Ryan or Tim Russ can act when their characters are very stiff. And so they very rarely get moments to really show off their acting chops. And that was definitely one.
So good, you can't even
thought.
eat cheesecake without thinking of it.
we are
okay.
we are as, remember when she got drunk, she's like, we are as one. We are, oh, brilliant.
So good.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Lucas of the Bind has a really good one. Jordy and Leah Brahms is super ick. Super ick.
But they were together.
Fell out to Jordy.
Well, it's implied they actually got together for real in All Good Things, and everybody's like waited with bated breath to see are Jordy's kids of Leah Brahms in season 4
Oh.
Picard.
Speaking
hope
of
not.
kids,
So
Chuck
weird.
A says Rios and Teresa are the most awkward. Chasen says the most awkward are Luoxana and Troy and Odo. That's confusing.
No, Loxana, Troy, and
No, it's not true.
Oh, Luoxana. I just thought of Luoxana and Odo, and I was like, why is Troy in the middle there? Right, Luoxana,
It's
Troy,
okay.
and Odo. Yes,
That
you're
would
right.
be
moment, but she deserved like romantic love, which Odo couldn't really give her.
JR Poole says Dr. Finn and Isaac seem a bit off to me, but remember, dude, Dr. Finn and
But he made it
what's
rain
his
for
name?
her.
What
Yes.
Murph?
Yeah.
Yaffet.
Yeah.
That was so funny. She's just in
Yeah.
the goo
Ew.
in heaven. That's at the top for me in all series ever. I
In the
mean,
queue. Ew. Although
You want to do the goo?
I don't know why Odo's goo is an ew, but that other guy's
no,
goo is ew.
Odo, not to get in any detail, but like, I mean,
Odo's.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
What are you gonna
he
say,
can-
Ryan?
I'm,
They
you
invited
know what?
it.
I'm
We
not
know
gonna
about
say
his
it
first
I'm not gonna
intimacy.
say
They
it.
started it.
because
Well,
he-
Odo
he
could
can
be
be-
fun.
yeah, he can be extremely
you go.
creative. He can just do whatever he wants. Just leave it at that.
And then the people who said Worf Troy, like I can at least see why they got together, which is more than you can say for Chakotay 7. That's why I choose
Yeah.
Chakotay
Yes.
7.
Yeah.
Even though
Ev-
I hate when they're together. I'm
I
such
will
a
say one of the
piano
biggest
striker.
one of the biggest supporters of Chakotay and Seven as a romance is Yvette in our live chat right now. Tell him, Yvette, you are the biggest Chakotay and Seven shipper of all.
She says, "Ha, ha, 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 in the goo."
Robert Kaiser says Rafi and Seven was extremely awkward in that one scene. Wasn't it? Oh yeah, Rafi and Seven. Okay, fine. Yeah,
Riker
that was
and
like
Andy
half a
Wilson
second.
holodeck.
What about Rios and Dr. Agnes? Remember when they kind of
That
Kind
was
of potential.
Awkward though.
Yeah.
like
I didn't hate it. It was just kind of, oh, hon, look past him. Keep going.
I
Oh.
didn't think it was awkward though. There was potential for growth.
yeah, I
They're
thought it
just-
was great. Chuck A says Barkley and
Oh.
hologram Troy, but is that an awkward one or a favorite? Because that could be either one.
That could be awkward.
Wait, is David Ogden Stiers the one with like, I think it's, what's the name of the episode?
The one
the
where
guy
you
who's
reach
in
an
his
age and you have to
60s?
die.
Yes. Oh
David
my God.
Allen Greer?
That
Oh,
is
he's
such
great.
a beautiful episode. Oh, I love that. And his daughter is Ensign Rowe. Yeah.
Oh, snap, right.
What?
Because Michelle Forbes plays his daughter in that episode before Michelle Forbes got cast as Ensign Rowe. That's a fun
Wait, she plays
episode.
whose daughter and what?
yeah.
Sorry, I missed
What's
that. I was
his
reading.
name
Remember
again?
that.
What's his name
David
in the show?
Augenstein.
In the
He was like
show?
in that episode where you reach a certain age and they just like euthanize you because they're like,
Yeah. Yeah, and
such a good
Loxana fell for him hard. That was a good romance.
They deserve
So many great
shouldn't be
moments in
together.
that episode.
So beautiful.
The
Yvette says no, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
had a feeling. Chuck A says good night, everyone. Actually, Chuck A is
Aw,
probably
good
right. We should probably
night.
put a close to this since we got
But
no
we didn't even-
C7s in here. Are there any C7s in here? I'm fascinated by
too.
how vehement people like the JCs, the Janeway and Chakotay's are. And then if you mention like C7, they're like, oh boy, you better.
It's because it made Seven and Chakotay made Janeway and Chakotay like it was like two repelling magnets. It shot JC up to the top and just like down to Hades pits with Chakotay and Seven.
Were you mad when you first saw that? Were you like, wait, what?
I was so mad. And then
So
I found out that it was just a bet. And I was like,
Yes.
you can't just play with our hearts like
I
that.
know.
7
So rude.
seasons.
So you were
Wow.
shipping those two pretty hard throughout the
I will
entire
ship them
series.
till the day I die.
But wasn't it Janeway or Kate Mulgrew herself that said she didn't want that romance to happen, right?
Like it can be an agape kind of love where they have a deep appreciation for each other and it's like non-romantic love, or you can have full on, they get married and have lizard babies. I'd be happy either way.
And they get off the ship when they get home,
Yeah.
and then they can be together because there's no like power struggle to have to feel like it's not professional if you're together.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Freaking Chakotay.
I think
It's
so
not that I
without,
wanted him to be alone.
That was it.
I can go without both of them. I without Chakotay and Janeway, and without Chakotay and Seven.
Yeah.
Faith Howell goes, I was sitting here trying to figure out what C7 even is.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yes,
Exactly.
I know. I'm a recent learner of this too, and I'm like, what is that? I don't know what that is.
Who?
It's
What?
I
gang
definitely
signs,
didn't know
basically.
what C7 was. It totally is.
It really is. We have gang wars.
That's why I saw graffiti.
They're like, who do you claim? Who do you claim, man?
That's why I saw graffiti in the Gold Coast parking lot that said J/C. It's like, oh crap, they're tagging.
Boom.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Wow.
That's the funniest thing.
Oh, I love that.
I was like, Bree, did you do this? Because it was by her car.
Robert Kaiser says, I'm so anti-JC that any scene where any of them get together with anyone are scenes I love.
Oh, snap.
You know,
What?
we'll just agree to disagree. Take a
Wow,
handshake and
that
walk
was
away.
That was a powerful
Including
statement from
Chakotay
Austria.
and 7?
Wow. Well, I guess that's about it for us this week. That was a lot of fun. I'd like to thank Eve England for providing us with good topics and 566 calories in my belly. That's pretty good too. And so Melissa, would you like to tell everybody where you can be found online?
Melissa Longo at all of the internet. I mean, all of the social media. Yeah. All of the social media.
So did you guys read what Faith posted?
Exactly.
What about you, Katie? Are you all over the internet?
Ew.
Yes, I am.
What happened?
At weather_Katie, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, the internet. I'm so many random fandoms. Check it out. And also
Check it
Faith's
out,
comment
everybody.
of when Chakotay and Seven kiss, I involuntarily projectile bumped his dinner.
Oh, is that where the ew came from?
Yeah.
Wow.
Gross.
J.R. Poole says awkward is Kelly and the
I
blue
agree.
alien, raw blow.
Totally agree.
Raw blow. Played that alien well, and he like squirted blue stuff out.
Ew.
That was funny. Mai says, thanks for being here, gang. See you next time. Much love from Tokyo. Thanks, Mai.
That's
Great
when
seeing
my
ya.
comes.
Mm.
Yvette says, Robert Kaiser, that's what I feel for Picard and Darren. Anne-Marie, where can people find you online should you choose to be found?
Twitter at Anne-Marie Seagull 1.
And everybody, you can find me by just Googling Ryan T. Husk or in any kind of social media, but especially Falling Tower, The Seventh Rule, and right here on Virtual TrekCon on YouTube or any social media. Check those out. Please be sure to like this video or give it a 5-star ratings if you're listening in. Please be sure to share it with your friends or your enemies, whatever. Maybe they'll be nicer to you.
That would be a fun one.
Yeah. Yeah. And write us some reviews. Help us out. It really makes a big difference and we appreciate it. So thank you very much. I think that's about it. Everybody in the live chat, thanks for playing with us. It's been a great time. We love hearing from you and we love talking about the Orville with you and Star Trek.
And For All Mankind.
We ended up talking about Star Trek eventually. And yes, For All Mankind.
Snuck it in. Because it's amazing.
Always does.
We didn't even mention how sassy Pike is, but
stay tuned next week. Pike was funny this week.
I freaking love that man. Yeah,
it was great.
Please stop.
Yes, that was the
So
best.
good.
See, that was the best delivered line by Una, right? She just
It was the best.
because she kind of kept like the smile.
She's
She's like,
amazing.
just like, please stop. A lesser actor would have tried to overact that, try to be like, please stop. But she just snuck it in beautifully and subtly, which is how you envision it in real life. And it was brilliant. I thought that was very good. She's great. Great acting.
I love her.
Loved her acting. All right. That's about it. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you next week on the Orville and Chill and Star Trek and Chill after. So everybody stay chill, stay hydrated, and, be nice to each other out there, right? It's worth a shot. Give it a shot. Who cares, right? See what happens. Oh, wait. What's our closing thing? Whatever.
Bye, Bob.